Android smartphone family. The Nokia 2 has a simple, yet very powerful and easy to remember promise. Nokia 2, 2-day battery life. In addition, Nokia 2 carries a very premium design. The Nokia 2, just like the Nokia 8 for that matter, is milled out of a single block of 6000 series aluminium. We do not compromise. Thirdly, the Nokia 2 features best-in-class 5-inch HD display. Now when it comes to display, the magic is in it being LTPS, delivering unprecedented contrast ratios and power efficiency. Let's take a look at the details. With Nokia 2, we wanted to take the same approach that you know us from with Nokia 5, Nokia 3, Nokia 6, and Nokia 8. It is milled out of a single block of 6000 series aluminium. We want all of the consumers out there to feel very proud of the device that they're carrying, no matter how much they pay for it. The CNC milled 6000 series aluminium body meets Gorilla Glass 3 on the front and a beautiful polycarbonate back on the other side. It's not only a premium design, it's also highly resilient and built to last. Nokia 2 comes in 3 colors: copper black, pewter black, and pewter white. So you can choose the color that reflects your personality the best. Now when it comes to display, we've learned through our consumer research that people in this segment have their display on almost 5 hours a day. Again, a very demanding user profile. They want to stay connected. They want to stay social. They need to stay entertained and productive. Screen is of absolute essence in this segment. What we've done is that we've invested in a 5-inch HD display with LTPS technology. The magic happens in the display stack. Display has multiple layers. What we're particularly interested in today is what's called the TFT layer. The TFT layer brings the electricity in the display. It commands the liquid crystals. LTPS technology is over 15% more power efficient than the technology is used in this segment today. Secondly, it delivers an astonishing contrast ratio of 1 to 1300. Now you might see this coming. There's also a big battery in the device. Nokia 2 features a 4100 milliamp battery in a beautiful, sleek design. But it's easy. It's easy to convert. Thank you. It is easy to convert a phone into a battery bank. That's not what we've done here. We've actually had a really thoughtful overall system design. From the display, to the battery, to the chipset that powers the device. The LTPS display and the 4100 milliamp battery is matched by Qualcomm Snapdragon 212 mobile platform. Now this platform delivers excellent performance, but it's also very efficient when it comes to power consumption. To tell you more about the platform and the partnership that we have with Qualcomm, I would like to invite Larry Paulson on the stage. Larry, welcome.
Lost my mic. Jumping up here. Hold on. Yeah. I had this set up. We on? Okay. Yoo-ho. Thank you. Hey, I want to start by saying thank you to the HMD team. When I first heard about this announcement and being a global announcement, and I heard you were going to do this at the Sector 56 train stop, I thought, I live 2 train stops down from here, and I look up at those train stops as I was coming home at night saying, how are they going to do this, right? How are they actually going to do it? But as usual, the creativity kicked in and the innovation kicked in, and I think this is a phenomenal venue for an announcement like this. So congratulations to the whole team for doing that. It's nice to have something really, really different take place in the market. There's approximately 5 billion users on phones in the world today. Interestingly enough, 2 billion of those are still using feature phones. Of those 2 billion feature phone users, about 1/3 of them, or about once every 3 years, they're going to make a buying decision to replace. Some of them will replace with yet another feature phone, but a lot of them will look at their first smartphone. And so I think that the leap from that feature phone to the smartphone is so important that when that leap is made, that what happens for that user, what happens with that consumer, that experience that consumer has will start a telltale of exactly what will happen. Because think about on the feature phone case, they're used to long battery life, they're used to simplicity, they're used to durability. And so there's a lot of noise about very low-end smartphones in the market. But if you make that leap from something that has served you very well into now something that is marginal, that's not going to be a good experience. And my hat's off to the HMD Nokia team for standing by the same value that they've brought to the feature phone market, standing by that in the smartphone market. Now, as Juho is pointing out, this development of HMD and bringing back Nokia is a story, and the development of a phone is a story. And so that story typically starts with the processor. So how to make a decision about the processor. And the Qualcomm 212, well, you might say, okay, where does Qualcomm fit in all of this? And, you know, it was only a month ago or so, I shared a stage with Ajay when we launched the Nokia 8 here in India, and we talked about the 835. Qualcomm has a series of processors, the 200, 400, 600, 800 family, and each of them stand for something. Something related to quality, something related to value, something related to technology propositions. And you might argue, how are we participating in this 200 family? Well, think about Toyota and Honda. Why do they invest in F1? They invest in F1 so that those technologies ultimately end up in Corollas and Civics. And it's the same thing with us investing in our 800 so that our technology ultimately ends up in our 600, 400, and 200 series. And so what we're bringing here is essentially what we call LTE for everyone. We focused on the CPU, or the processor unit, the GPU, which is the graphics unit, and the modem, to bring the technology in that would enable an HMD Nokia to produce a product like the Nokia 2. So if I shift to the next slide, please. Okay, Juho pointed out what that consumer study that we did talked about. What we want to just talk about is the simplicity for all practical purposes. We talked about the modem, we talked about the power efficiency, and we talked about the vibrant display. Now, I just want to say that what we do at Qualcomm is build enabling technologies. It is up to our partners to take those enabling technologies and elaborate on them. And I think what you saw Juho present was an elaboration of that display technology, an elaboration of how they are stretching the power management, an elaboration of this 2-day battery life. All of that, of course, leads to some slight cost adjustment. But if you think about, again, what I said about the choice of the consumer, when the consumer makes that leap, some 600 million of them making a decision this year to make that choice, 500 million feature phone users in India alone making decisions this year, then adding all of these things together and making sure that that quality matches up, that is something that, frankly, Nokia is uniquely positioned to do. And they have made the energy and the effort to produce a product that I believe will be a real winner in the Indian market. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you, Juho.
Thank you, Larry. Now, I spoke a lot about this, the consumer profile, how people use their phones. I already mentioned that the display is on over 5 hours each day. So what we've done is that we've looked at the market research, we've interviewed a lot of consumers, and we've developed this profile for a day in a life for the consumer. Then we went to town in terms of finding the right technical solutions on drawing as little power from the battery as possible. The outcome is in the chart that you can see behind me. You can get to 2 days with your Nokia 2 and still have power left for the third day to make that critical phone call. Now that's quite remarkable, isn't it? During those 2 days, you'll likely take a lot of pictures. Nokia 2 features a 5-megapixel front-facing camera and an 8-megapixel main camera. But again, here we go beyond the specification. I would really invite all of you here today to go and try the camera performance in real life as we leave this venue. We're very happy with the image quality tuning and the optimization that we've done on Nokia 2. There's another cool treat. Google Assistant is one of my favorite experiences. Now, Google is very keen to ensure the quality of their product as it is delivered for the consumers. Something that we also fundamentally believe in. I'm happy to announce that Nokia 2 is the first and only phone in its segment featuring Google Assistant. That's a statement on the degree of precision engineering that we apply when we make our products. The Assistant also has multi-language support. It can show you search results in Hindi. And then, of course, the third pillar of our strategy, our take on Android that's pure, secure, and up-to-date. Right out of the gate, you'll get excellent performance on your Nokia 2 on Android N. Shortly, you will get even better experience on your Nokia 2 with Android Oreo. As we spoke with the consumers, one thing that we learned is that they have a pain point. The performance of their devices deteriorate over time. So we thought that wouldn't it be fun to bring something in this segment that only gets better over time. Nokia 2 is future-proof. Nokia 2 will be available starting mid-November. The device will retail at an average global retail price of 99 euros. So Nokia 2, 2-day battery life. A take on Android that's pure, secure, and up-to-date. And a brilliant display and a high-quality premium Nokia design. Now I'd like to invite Larry, Pekka, AJ, and Florian back on the stage for a bit of a photo op. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure you guys are carrying your devices, right? Here we go.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.